Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Rayne, and I would love to tell you about the Full Bloom Summer Solstice Retreat coming up this year in June 2024. If you don't already know me, my name is Sarah Rayne. My pronouns are she, her. I live and work around Portland, Oregon, and I am a healing artist, a queer witch, facilitator of joy. I'm a certified Reiki master teacher and a certified body temple dance facilitator as well. It's a passion of mine to hold space for community, for healing, for finding joy, for accessing creativity, and for holding space for people to be witnessed and show up in their truth and express themselves and feel safe to do so. So I am going to tell you about the retreat that I'm offering this year. So it's the Full Bloom Summer Solstice Healing, Magic, and Nature Retreat. It's happening June 21st to 23rd in Vernonia, Oregon. Vernonia is about an hour northwest of Portland, Oregon. And I hosted a retreat at this location last year. The space is called Liminalia, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous, very special, very sacred property. First of all, there's no cell phone service, which I think lays a foundation for a really, really special and sacred experience. There's lots of beautiful, tall trees on the property. There's a beautiful stream, creek that runs through the property as well, and a little beach area. Hoping and praying that we'll have some warm enough weather in June that we can actually swim in the creek. And if we can't actually swim, we are going to be working with the creek with that sacred water for one of our activities as well throughout the weekend. So there's just like beautiful open space to hang out on this property outdoors. There's also woods, a forest right there as well that you can walk through. You know, there's trails as well that you can walk through and explore. The main house has just a beautiful open common area where there's like kitchen, living, lounge area, and dining room as well. If the weather's nice as well, we might have some of our meals outside too. And then kind of right off of the main house, connected to the main house, is an absolutely gorgeous yoga studio, beautiful wood floors, and then these like floor to ceiling windows, so you can kind of like see all the trees, all the green, all the nature right around you, and it kind of like feels like you're immersed in the outdoors. And as well, there's doors that open out onto the lawn as well. So again, pending weather, which I'm really, I think it should be beautiful that time of year. We might do some of our ceremonies and activities outside as well. And then on the property itself, there's a few different accommodation options. So there's shared cabin options, which there's two different ones of those. One of those is all separate beds in a kind of long house called the White House. And there are 5 different beds in there. And then the other shared accommodation is 2 sets of bunk beds, so 4 beds total in there. So there's 2 different little houses, little cabins where the shared cabins are. And then separately from that, there's 3 single cabins available. Well, one of them is already booked, so there's just 2 more available. And those are as well standalone cabins that have 1 set of bunk beds in there, but it's just you in there. So you can, put your stuff up on the second bunk or do whatever. And then in addition to the shared cabins and the private cabins, camping is also available. So you could do tent camping, or you could do car camping, sleep in your van or whatever. So that's kind of the layout of the property. And as I said, this land feels very magical and very sacred. The people who tend the land, who steward the land, are very kind of like, yeah, just very sincere and reverent in the way that they are, in relationship to this land, the way that they tend it, the way that they relate to it and take care of it. And I feel like that just overall just makes the energy of the property so incredible, because the land can feel that, the land spirits can feel that. It's just very, very real and very heart centered, which is, important to me as far as like, choosing to work with a particular venue or particular people. I feel like when you're doing this kind of healing work, their energy is so important as well. So that's the property. And then the kind of two awesome bonus things, on the property, there is a sauna. And then there's also separately a steam room, which is kind of like a big like shower with like seats in it, but you, yeah, turn on the steam and it's like really, really relaxing. There's also an outdoor shower. And then there's also like a secret loft lounge space that you can reach by climbing up a ladder, and they have like a bunch of hammocks up there, and there's also hammocks throughout the property so you can take naps as well. And there are animals on the property. There are goats and there are donkeys and there are cats and there's a dog, and they're all very friendly and they like to be visited and given snacks. So the property itself is amazing. And then as far as the retreat itself, so it's called the Full Bloom Summer Solstice Retreat. It's happening basically right when summer solstice is, which is around the 20th, 21st of June. And that is, summer solstice is the longest day of the year. And it's a holiday on the pagan wheel of the year. And it's a time when we celebrate this energy of abundance, of blooming, of things kind of like, coming to fruition. And it's a time to honor, your efforts and your energy and like what you've been growing this year. It's the kind of midway point on the sun's journey. So from the winter solstice, that's our shortest day of the year. The sun is, gaining energy. The days are growing longer, and the summer solstice is that like culmination point of that energy that has been growing since December. And so it's this time of celebration, like harvest, not so much harvest as in like, fall time, but harvest as in like, this is blooming, this is here, like, fruits and flowers and things like that are like, that come to their fullness this time of year. So it's an amazing energy. Summer solstice is always like my most favorite fun time because it's just like so joyful. And then that same weekend, which is also when Cancer season begins, we also have a full moon in Capricorn, which will happen on that Friday, the first day of the retreat as well. So full moons are always magical, wonderful for like gaining clarity, again, for like celebrating harvest energy, as well as any kind of like divination, celebration, song, dance, connection and community. All of that is highly favored under a full moon. And then of course we have Cancer season as well, which is its own special sacred time. So all of these kind of cosmic forces are coming into alignment, astrologically, solar, and as far as like the luminaries, the sun and the moon, this is all, happening above. And then of course the energy of the earth is blooming as well. And then there's us, in the middle between those two. So that's a big part of my intention with the kind of themes and activities that we're doing throughout this retreat, is like, both celebrating the fullness of you, giving you space to bloom, giving you space to feel safe, taking up space, being in your fullness, being in your vibrancy, being loud and wild and just like, somewhat primal, if that pleases you. And just like being alive, like we don't often get space where we get to just like be unrestricted in our fullness, because different people, different situations that we might be in might require us to be a bit more like civil and contained, or adhere to some societal expectations. But on retreat, in this retreat in particular, like I just want you to go for it all the way, full pleasure, full celebration, full joy, full wildness, full magic, all of it. um so yeah, so that's all happening. And my intention is to honor both the earth in her fullness, the cosmos in their wisdom, and then us, as a connection point between earth and cosmos. And the whole weekend is really themed about like integrating all of that energy and how it kind of, flows through us. And the way that we are working with these themes is through a variety of healing, magical, and creative practices. If you've ever been to any of my events, any of my ceremonies, that's kind of my thing, weaving together healing, magic, and creativity. I often will do that through guided meditations, through group songs, through crafting activities, especially nature crafting, so that we get to connect again with that earth energy, that natural energy. So I have folks who come to my ceremonies that are like maybe 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours. And they will have really, really deep transformative experiences in that time. Like I have witnessed a lot happen for folks, for my community, in a short amount of time, which is honestly, I'm honored that I get to like hold that container. But ultimately, the transformation, or whatever release, the healing, the aha moments that happen for you in those kinds of situations are kind of like you collaborating with spirit, within the realm of the space that I hold. So I can't take the credit for the kind of transformations that you experience, but I am confident holding the space for you to access those experiences with my trauma awareness, with my loving heart, and also with my humanness as well. I'm not like putting myself on a pedestal in any way. I am like, I'm here with you. I'm literally in circle with you. I'm holding the circle, but I'm also a mirror, like, and for you, and you're also a mirror for me. Like we're in this together, right? So so as I was saying, like folks will come to my 2 hour ceremonies and they'll have these really transformative experiences. So imagine that, but imagine like a whole weekend of that where you're not, pulled away, you're not like having to do your dishes, you're not having to send that email, you're just with yourself, with the earth, with the cosmos, and in sacred community of like-minded folks. And it's really, really, really powerful. So I hosted a retreat here last year, and it was incredible. It was the first solo retreat I had ever hosted. So I, was a little not nervous, but just like I really, wanted to make sure I did a good job, wanted to make sure it went well. And it totally, exceeded my expectations as far as like how it could go, the feedback that I received from folks and everything like that. And I think something that's really telling is that the folks so far who've already signed up for this year's retreat are all folks who attended last year, and who I like didn't, at the time when they signed up last year, I didn't necessarily have, a close relationship with them. But during the retreat, we built connections, they built connections with other attendees, and like since then, we've all been continuing to build community together, continuing to build connection together. And now I'm blessed to know these folks even deeper. And again, the fact that they attended my retreat last year and they had such a beautiful experience that they're choosing to come back again this year, to me that really speaks a lot to how impactful and special and sacred this experience of being on retreat is. So to kind of give you an idea of the rundown, the agenda for the weekend, on Friday, you'll be invited to attend, to join us around 4 p.m. on Friday. Dinner will be at 6 p.m. So really you can arrive anytime between those two. I do recommend, if you can, to kind of like take off work and, give yourself time to get there so that you can really soak it all in and, enjoy as much as possible. We will have our dinner, and then we'll have our opening full strawberry moon in Capricorn and summer solstice ceremony. So doing intention setting, I'll be talking about the lessons and the themes of the summer solstice and the full moon. We'll be partaking in a moon tea, so a dreamy tea to kind of like activate our intuition, activate our third eye, and connect us to that lunar energy. And I will, share an introduction to some herbal and floral medicine allies. We'll do a bit of journaling, and then you'll get to just fully relax and receive a Reiki sound bath for revealing your radiance. So that will be beautiful. I have a guided meditation, live ambient sound bath, and it will end with hands-on Reiki for everyone who would like to receive it. We will end that night by heading outdoors, doing a moon attunement and a fire ceremony with a song to kind of end the night sweetly. The next morning, Saturday, we'll have breakfast and free time. We'll have a morning healing ceremony. So that will include a body temple dance practice. Body temple dance is a somatic healing modality that, again, is just like so profound for people. It really helps to move stuck energy, stuck emotions, help you to feel alive, help you to feel clear and connected to yourself, right? To your true self. So we'll be doing body temple dance, more hands-on Reiki. After that, we'll move down to the stream area and we'll do a water blessing and rebirth ceremony, which I think is going to be really, really powerful, especially with the Cancer season energy, like rebirthing ourselves how we choose to be, kind of taking agency in the identity and the energy that we are, claiming. After that, we'll have some free time in the afternoon. We'll have lunch. You can do whatever you want, really. You can walk around, you can take a nap, you can go in the sauna, steam room, talk to people, really, really do whatever pleases you. And then in the afternoon as well, we'll have our nature crafting, flower crafting activity. So that'll be fun. We'll get to do hands-on crafting with flowers. So that's always wonderful. And you'll get to create something to take home. We'll have dinner, and then in the evening, we'll have another healing ceremony with a cosmic integration meditation. We'll then be creating some custom herbal tea. So you'll get to create your own herbal tea blend, like to what you like, and you'll get to take it home as well. And then we'll also end with an outdoor fire ceremony as well, with a bit more time for that, and kind of singing a bit more songs for the goddess, and with that full moonlight still blessing us. And of course, we can keep hanging out around the fire on Saturday after the official ceremony time ends, just like enjoying. And then Sunday, we'll have some like light snacks and breakfast available. Then we'll have our closing circle, which will have another body temple dance practice, more Reiki, and a flower medicine blessing. And after that, we'll have our goodbye brunch. So that'll be our kind of big meal on Sunday. And then after that, we'll have some time to get ready. And then we'll do a group photo shoot for everyone who would like to join in. And then we will say goodbye. And so, yeah, you're welcome to stay until, what time did I say? I believe it's 1 p.m. I don't have it written here. Yeah, 1 p.m. So you're welcome to stay until 1 p.m. on Sunday. If you have time on the way back, I highly recommend, there's a beautiful state park on the way back. So if you want to like go for a hike or just like make it into a longer adventure day for yourself, I totally would recommend that as well. So this is the retreat. It's going to be juicy, wonderful, joyful, special, magical, healing, transformative. Just like these words can only get like a little bit close to describing the experience. I really hope you'll consider joining. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me, firebirdhealingarts@gmail.com, or DM me on Instagram, Sarah Rainbow, or any other way that you would like to connect and contact with me. Sign up is open now. We have a few folks signed up already, but we've got spaces still. We have an early bird offer which ends today, February 29th, at midnight. So we have 3 of those early bird spots are already claimed, but we have 5 more remaining. So the next 5 folks to sign up by tonight, February 29th at midnight, will receive a free 30-minute one-on-one session with me, which can be Reiki healing or it can be tarot reading, and as well as an herbal magic gift. So that in total is about like an $80 to $90 value, depending. So that's just a bonus gift that you'll receive if you sign up in the early bird. And then that's redeemable anytime between now and June. So you would come for your session beforehand, before the retreat as well. And then you get the retreat itself. You get 5 farm to table organic meals catered by Gather Around Nutrition. You'll get to take home the tea blend that you make, as well as the flower crafting project. And then I'm also, of course, going to be gifting y'all a goodie bag from my Sun and Rayne Herbal Magic products, as well as just a little thank you. And then we'll also be doing the photo shoot. So you'll get, like, if you want, you can have individual photos taken, and we'll be doing group photos as well. So if you want to have photos for some reason, you can have some taken on the property that day as well. You can either pay in full, or there are 4-part payment plans available, which makes it super, doable for folks who want to spread out the payment a bit more. The last day to sign up for payment plans is March 15th, and the final payment will be taken on June 1st. So all the payments will be a month apart, except for, depending on when you sign up, the last payment will be taken on June 1st, which is also the deadline to sign up for the retreat if we don't already, sell out by June 1st, which we definitely might do. So 4-part payment plans or pay in full, additional discount for BIPOC, people of color, and yeah. Oh, and there's one work exchange spot available, which is a discounted spot as well, in exchange for assisting during the retreat. So there's just one of those available, but if someone wants to come and can't quite afford the full price, that could be a good option for you as well, if you don't mind helping out during the weekend. All right. Oh, and just to finish up, I'm going to try to share some photos here. Let me do this. All right, so nope, that did not work. Let me do this a different way. That's cute. All right, so photos I'm going to share are just photos of the retreat center, both just photos that of the space, as well as photos from our retreat last year, from the Empress retreat. All right, let me try this again. Oh, nope. This is how these things be, huh? All right, there we go. So this is the yoga room. As I mentioned, there are those floor to ceiling windows here, which just make it feel like you're outside, which is awesome. This is also the yoga studio with some yoga mats in there. This is one of the shared cabins. This is the one that has the 5 separate beds here. These are some trees. This is also the yoga studio with the seats set up. This is the steam room, the beautiful creek, kitchen. This is the main property. So here's the main house where we all gather. The yoga studio is attached to it, and then there's a big lawn for hanging out. This is the other shared cabin space. Here are the goats. Here's the area, one of the areas by the creek, fire pit. This is from our retreat last year. This was our setup there. Our retreat last year. This is our retreat last year, our photo shoot. Very cute, very cute. The dining area, one of the private cabins. Private cabin. This is the overall property. This is the sky bed. So this is a seasonal thing. I'm hoping it'll be set up for us, but it's just what it looks like, a bed overlooking the creek. And that is it. All right, my dears. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I hope to see you at the Full Bloom Summer Solstice Retreat, June 21st through 23rd.